There is this one seller question that I just hate. You know the one. Can we talk about price first? Hi, my name is Joe Mangum, and I deliver clear and candid wisdom to agents and leaders who'd rather grow than guess. So let's talk about this question. On the one hand, you want the listing, you want to be agreeable. That would be the reason you're thinking I need to give them the price. But the moment you give them that number before you've built trust or you've explained the pricing process, you just lost control of the conversation. Also, if you're presenting after another agent, then guess what? You've just become part of the price comparison chart in the seller's mind. Here's the truth. You know you are going to be getting this question. So for heaven's sake, be ready for it. Here's my suggestions. Number one, have a talk track that buys you time. Why do you need time? You need time to build trust, and you need time to demonstrate to them how this process gets done on pricing. Let me give you my talk track. Here it is. Mr. and Mrs. Seller, I totally understand why you want to talk about price first. As a matter of fact, if I was in your seat, I'd be asking the same question. But the asking price is the most important decision that you're going to make through this entire process. And if we get it wrong, it's going to cost you time and money and a lot of emotional stress. That's why I cover it last. So you can understand how the markets are working, what your competition looks like, and so you will be in a position to make the best decision. Can you see why this matters? Now, I want you to notice three things about the script. Number one, I started by aligning with them and saying, I get why you want to know. Number two, I elevate the importance of the decision by saying, it's the most important decision. This is not about just random curiosity. There are consequences here. And then number three, I close with a question that earns agreement and gets control established. Now, this may not sound like you. Rarely does a script sound just like you, and that's fine. But use it as a framework to create your own authentic version. Now, better yet than having a talk track is having a talk track that you say before they ask the question. For example, if you, at the beginning of your listing presentation, say, this is what we're going to cover and this is the order, you can say to them, we're going to talk about this, we're going to talk about this, and then lastly, we're going to talk about pricing. And let me tell you why I put it there. When sellers understand your logic up front, it reduces the resistance and it positions you as a professional in their eyes. Now, let's be honest. Every once in a while, and it didn't happen often, but every once in a while, I had somebody still push. They would stop and say, no, I want to know the price. Now, this was my approach to this because I wanted to understand, are they just shopping price or are they shopping agents? So I would respond to this by saying, just to be clear, are you saying you'll make your decision solely on the highest price recommendation? And then I stop and wait for the answer. If they say, well, no, that's not how we're going to make that decision, reiterate to them that they really have to get some knowledge built before they choose the price. That question that I just gave you, it helps surface motivation. And by the way, it puts you back in charge. All right, here's the three things. A recap. Develop your script. When you hear somebody say, can we talk about price first? Identify where you can put it in your listing presentation before they're going to ask it. And then decide how you're going to respond when somebody hunkers down on, no, that's what I want. These are all important because great pricing isn't about the number that you say first. It's about the trust you build before you ever say it. Yes, really.